Good morning, class. This is week 8 of AD 255, Art Appreciation Online, spring semester 2021 at Purdue University. I'm Brian, I'm your instructor for this course, and this week our course content really shifts gears. From here on out, rather than looking at one or two mediums per week, or having readings that kind of focus on the unique circumstances of an individual medium, we're starting to look at actually historical periods. And this is really the section of the class that is kind of more dedicated to art history. And art history is really fascinating because I think what it does is, indeed, it looks at paintings, drawings, sculptures, etc. from different historical moments. But it also starts to give us a sense of what it was like to be alive in these different historical moments. The way that people made and thought about the art that they made is really a very interesting look into just the unique circumstances of being alive in Mesopotamia or ancient Egypt or the Renaissance, etc. And so I think that you'll find that the video discussions, the written assignments, kind of all the course content from here on out start to actually shift towards that direction from now until the end of the semester. This is actually going to be really the second half of the class. So this week we look at the body in art. For this discussion, you're asked to consider the body. How has the human form been used and manipulated in visual art in order to communicate philosophies and ideas of the time in which it was made? So for this unit, you read these chapters: early art, the Mesopotamians, the Greeks, and the Romans. Each of those societies made artwork that depicted the human form. Okay? They all included artworks that actually showed the human body. And this is a really interesting thing. I mean, as long as we've been making art, we've been making art that in some ways depicts ourselves. And the ways that we depict ourselves illuminate how we think about ourselves, how we think about our bodies, how we think about our lives. I would like you to describe how the human figure reflects the values of that time period and society from 3 different periods. Okay? So you're going to choose 3 artworks, 3 different time periods, 3 different societies. Each of those artworks has to depict the human body. And based off of that depiction of the human body, I would like you to succinctly talk about the values of that time period or society as it relates to them. Following your description of each, describe how those values expressed have evolved over time with respect to the images and societies that you chose. So you may choose 3 different historical moments, talk about each independently, but then you close your discussion by talking about how those values have evolved over time. Don't forget that. That's important. Don't just describe each society, talk about the evolution, okay? And keep in mind that this evolution is not complete. This is something that actually continues. We are a part of history. We are living in history. So the way that we actually depict ourselves now did not come out of nowhere. It came out of a historical precedent, and that's what this discussion starts to explore. Okay? It's kind of a big discussion. I do want you to keep it to 4 minutes. It's a lot of information to cram into 4 minutes, so this is really one that you're going to need to prepare for. As usual, videos will be due by midnight on Thursday of this week, and your written responses will be due by midnight on Sunday. Thank you so much.